Stop right there. Before you spend another weekend looking at your tiny garden thinking, I wish I could make this look amazing for fall, but I don't have hundreds to blow on fancy autumn decor, I need to show you something that's going to completely change your game. What if I told you that you can transform your small garden into a magazine-worthy autumn oasis using items that literally cost $5 or less each? I'm talking about Five Below finds so brilliant, so unexpectedly gorgeous, your neighbors will swear you hired a professional landscape designer to create your fall display. Project number 7 is so mind-blowingly clever, it actually made my friend cancel her $300 fall pottery order because my version looked identical for just $15 total. Welcome to Daily Garden Fix, where we prove every single day that the most stunning gardens aren't built with the biggest budgets. They're built with the smartest ideas. I'm your host, and if you've been following along, you know we specialize in turning pocket change into pure garden magic. Today, we're taking a field trip to Five Below. Yes, that colorful store you've probably walked past 100 times without realizing it's actually a garden goldmine, especially during fall season. I'm about to share 10 genius DIY projects using Five Below finds that will make your small garden the talk of the neighborhood this autumn. And here's what I love about this. Every single project we're covering today is perfect for small spaces, requires zero green thumb experience, and creates that cozy fall atmosphere we all crave. Whether you're working with a tiny patio, a narrow side yard, or even just a few containers on a balcony, these ideas will transform your space into an autumn wonderland. Before we dive into this treasure hunt of cheap fall decor that looks expensive, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Trust me, you're going to want to see every budget-friendly autumn transformation we share here at Daily Garden Fix. All right, let's turn that small garden into your favorite fall retreat. Project 1. Autumn LED Light-Up Garden Stakes. Let's kick things off with something that's going to make your crisp autumn evenings absolutely enchanting. Five Below has these amazing LED string lights in warm fall colors, beautiful amber, soft orange, and cozy white tones that perfectly capture that autumn glow. But here's where we get creative. Instead of just hanging them the typical way, we're turning them into professional-looking autumn garden stake lights. Grab some wooden dowels from Five Below's craft section. Yes, they have a craft section, and it's incredible. And some amber-tinted mason jars or clear containers that we can customize for fall. Here's the magic. Push the dowel through a hole in the lid, thread your warm LED lights inside, and secure everything with a dab of hot glue. For that perfect autumn touch, add some fake autumn leaves inside the jar or spray the outside with a light coating of amber glass paint. Now push these stakes throughout your garden beds, and when those early fall evenings arrive, you've got the most gorgeous ambient lighting that captures autumn's golden hour perfectly. The beauty of this project is that it works in any size space and creates that cozy fall atmosphere we all crave. Got a huge garden? Make 20 of them for a magical autumn wonderland. Working with just a few pots? 3 or 4 creates the perfect intimate glow for fall entertaining on your patio. I tested this last autumn, and I had neighbors stopping by asking where I got my expensive fall garden lighting. When I told them it was Five Below DIY, they literally couldn't believe it. The whole project cost me under $25 for enough warm autumn lights to make my entire backyard feel like a cozy fall retreat. Project 2. Autumn Harvest Planter Paradise. Now let's talk about fall planters because this is where Five Below absolutely shines for autumn decorating, and most gardeners have no idea. Their home section is packed with baskets, buckets, and containers that with just a tiny bit of creativity become the most stunning autumn planters you've ever seen. I'm obsessed with their warm-toned metal buckets. They come in the most gorgeous fall colors: deep burgundy, burnt orange, golden yellow, and rich bronze tones. But here's the secret that makes them look like expensive designer autumn planters instead of $5 buckets. Spray them with a texture spray first. This is the game changer for fall folks. A quick coat of hammered copper or bronze texture spray, which you can also get at Five Below, transforms these buckets into something that looks like it belongs in a high-end autumn boutique. The metallic finish catches the autumn light beautifully and gives them that artisanal, hand-forged fall look. For small autumn gardens, group them in odd numbers, 3 or 5, and vary the heights by setting some on plant stands or even flipped over pots. Fill them with gorgeous autumn plants, like ornamental cabbages, autumn mums, decorative kale, or even small pumpkins and gourds for a harvest display. And here's a bonus autumn tip. Use the smallest buckets as herb gardens with fall herbs like sage, rosemary, and thyme right outside your kitchen door. There's something so satisfying about grabbing fresh herbs from a beautiful copper bucket when you're making those cozy fall soups and stews. You'd have a gourmet autumn herb garden for under $20 total. And here's what makes this perfect for fall. You can also use some pockets for seasonal decorations like mini pumpkins, pine cones, or autumn leaves, mixing live plants with fall decor for the ultimate autumn display. Project 3. Vertical Garden Wall Magic. This next project is perfect for those of you working with really small spaces who still want that gorgeous fall garden look. I'm talking tiny patios, narrow balconies, or even just a blank wall that needs some autumn life. Five Below has these fantastic over-the-door shoe organizers, and we're about to turn them into living walls of pure autumn beauty. Here's what makes this brilliant for fall. Those clear plastic pockets are the perfect size for autumn plants, fall herbs, or seasonal decorations. You can hang the organizer on a fence, against a wall, or even from a balcony railing. Suddenly, you've got dozens of pockets creating a gorgeous vertical autumn display that takes up zero floor space. The trick to making this look expensive instead of crafty is autumn plant selection and arrangement. Don't just randomly stuff plants in there. Create fall patterns. Maybe alternate autumn mums with ornamental kale, or create color gradients from deep burgundy at the top flowing down to golden yellow at the bottom. I love doing a sunset effect with warm autumn colors. For a functional autumn twist, this is absolutely genius for fall herbs. Imagine having a vertical herb garden with sage, rosemary, thyme, and parsley growing right outside your kitchen door. You'd have a gourmet autumn herb garden for under $20 total. And here's what makes this perfect for fall. You can also use some pockets for seasonal decorations like mini pumpkins, pine cones, or autumn leaves, mixing live plants with fall decor for the ultimate autumn display. Project 4. Designer Autumn Concrete Planters. All right, this is the project I mentioned in the beginning, the one that's so good it'll make you cancel your expensive fall pottery order. We're making concrete planters that look like they cost $100 each, using Five Below supplies and a technique that's so simple you'll kick yourself for not thinking of it sooner. Five Below always has plastic containers in their storage section, buckets, bowls, storage bins in all sizes. These become our molds. You'll also need concrete mix, which, okay, you'll have to get at a hardware store, but everything else is pure Five Below autumn magic. Here's the secret technique. We're not just making plain concrete planters, we're creating textured designer-looking autumn pieces by using Five Below seasonal craft supplies as texture makers. Grab some of their beautiful autumn leaves, the fabric ones, textured fall plate mats, or even those decorative burlap autumn trivets. Mix your concrete, pour it into your larger mold, then press your autumn texture item into the surface. The autumn leaves create the most gorgeous leaf patterns that look hand-carved. Remove carefully, and you're left with stunning autumn-themed planters that capture the season perfectly. For the planting space, use a smaller container as the inner mold. The results are stunning for fall displays. I made 6 different sizes using different autumn textures, oak leaves, maple leaves, even acorn patterns, and people constantly ask me which expensive autumn boutique I bought them from. The whole set cost me under $30 to make, and similar fall planters would have been $600 or more at a high-end garden center. Fill these with gorgeous autumn plants like ornamental cabbages, autumn mums, or even small pumpkins and gourds for a designer autumn display that rivals anything you'd see in magazines. Project 6. Autumn Wreath Door Welcome. Let's create a stunning fall entrance that makes everyone feel welcomed the moment they arrive. Five Below has incredible artificial autumn leaves, mini pumpkins, and grapevine wreaths that we're combining into the most gorgeous fall door display. But here's the secret to making this look like you spent $75 at a fancy boutique instead of $8 at Five Below. Layering and texture variation. Start with their basic grapevine wreath, then layer different autumn elements at varying depths. First, attach clusters of their beautiful fall leaves. Mix different types like maple, oak, and birch leaves in complementary autumn colors. Then add their mini pumpkins and gourds, securing them at different points around the wreath. The key is creating visual triangles with your elements rather than spacing them evenly. Here's my professional trick. Add some of their burlap ribbon in a rich autumn color, weaving it through the wreath and creating a beautiful bow. Finally, tuck in some battery-operated fairy lights for that magical evening glow. The finished wreath looks like something from Southern Living magazine, but it costs you less than a fancy coffee drink. I made 3 of these last fall, 1 for my front door and 2 as gifts, and people are still asking where I bought them. Project 7, Designer Autumn Concrete Planters. All right, this is the project I mentioned in the beginning, the one that's so good it'll make you cancel your expensive fall pottery orders. We're making concrete planters that look like they cost $100 each, using Five Below supplies and a technique that's so simple you'll kick yourself for not thinking of it sooner. Five Below always has plastic containers in their storage section, buckets, bowls, storage bins in all sizes. These become our molds. You'll also need concrete mix, which, okay, you'll have to get at a hardware store, but everything else is pure Five Below autumn magic. Here's the secret technique. We're not just making plain concrete planters, we're creating textured, designer-looking autumn pieces by using Five Below seasonal craft supplies as texture makers. Grab some of their beautiful autumn leaves, the fabric ones, textured fall placemats, or even those decorative burlap autumn trivets. Mix your concrete, pour it into your larger mold, then press your autumn texture item into the surface. The fall leaves create the most gorgeous raised leaf patterns that look hand-carved. Remove carefully and you're left with stunning autumn-themed planters that capture the season perfectly. For the planting space, use a smaller container as the inner mold. The results are absolutely stunning for fall displays. I made 6 different sizes using different autumn textures, oak leaves, maple leaves, even acorn patterns, and people constantly ask me which expensive autumn boutique I bought them from. The whole set cost me under $30 to make, and similar fall planters would have been $600 or more at a high-end garden center. Fill these with gorgeous autumn plants like ornamental cabbages, fall mums, or even small pumpkins, and you've got a designer autumn display that rivals anything you'd see in magazines. Our next project captures the essence of fall's abundance and coziness, perfect for adding that magical harvest touch that makes small gardens feel extra special during autumn. Five Below has the most amazing selection of seasonal items, and we're creating autumn harvest displays that look like something out of a fall magazine. But here's what elevates this from basic fall decorating to sophisticated autumn garden decor. It's all about layering and styling. Instead of cramming everything into one display, we're creating a whole autumn harvest theme throughout your garden using multiple containers and levels. Start with Five Below's gorgeous woven basket and wooden crates as your base containers. Fill them with their autumn offerings, mini pumpkins, decorative gourds, pine cones, and artificial fall leaves. But here's the secret to making it look expensive. Use real autumn plants as your living elements. Ornamental cabbages become your flowers, small mums add pops of color, and decorative kale provides beautiful texture. Create pathways and levels using their wooden crates stocked at different heights. Add their battery-operated candles and autumn scents for the most enchanting fall evenings. Scatter multiple harvest displays throughout your space, and suddenly you've got this warm, welcoming autumn wonderland that makes everyone want to linger. The beauty of autumn harvest gardens is that they work in any size space and capture that cozy fall feeling we all crave. You can create an entire harvest corner in just a few containers, or go big and create seasonal vignettes throughout a larger garden. Either way, the autumn magic is the same, and your space becomes the perfect backdrop for fall entertaining and cozy autumn evenings. Project 9, Autumn Lantern Light Display. Nothing says cozy fall evenings like the warm glow of lanterns scattered throughout your garden. Five Below has the most beautiful selection of lanterns in different sizes, and we're creating an autumn lighting display that transforms your space into a magical fall retreat. But here's the Five Below secret that makes these look like expensive boutique pieces. Customization with autumn elements. Their basic lanterns are gorgeous, but adding fall touches makes them extraordinary. Start with their metal or glass lanterns in various sizes. Fill some with autumn potpourri, dried corn kernels, or small pine cones for that harvest feel. Others can hold their battery-operated candles or fairy lights for beautiful evening illumination. Here's my favorite autumn trick. Create lantern clusters at different heights using their wooden crates or plant stands as bases. Group 3 or 5 lanterns together with the tallest in back and shortest in front. This creates depth and visual interest that looks professionally designed. For the ultimate autumn evening magic, add some of their cinnamon or apple-scented candles. The warm scents drift through your garden, creating a cozy autumn atmosphere that makes everyone want to stay outside just a little longer. Position these lantern displays along pathways, near seating areas, or as centerpieces on outdoor tables. When the sun sets, your garden transforms into the most enchanting autumn retreat that rivals any expensive resort. Project 10. Autumn Scarecrow Garden Characters. Our final project brings personality and whimsy to your autumn garden. Friendly scarecrow characters that welcome visitors and add that perfect touch of fall charm. Five Below has everything we need to create these adorable autumn guardians. But here's what makes these special. Instead of creating traditional, scary scarecrows, we're creating charming fall characters that add personality to your garden displays. Think friendly harvest helpers rather than bird-scaring field workers. Start with Five Below's basic clothing items from their seasonal section. Flannel shirts, denim overalls, or cozy sweaters work perfectly. Stuff them with newspaper or old rags to create body shapes. For heads, use their burlap sacks or canvas bags, drawing on friendly faces with permanent markers. Here's where the Five Below magic happens, accessorizing with their seasonal items. Add their straw hats, autumn scarves, or even sunglasses for personality. Use their mini pumpkins as pets sitting beside your scarecrow friends. Create different characters for different areas of your garden. Maybe a gardener scarecrow holding a basket of gourds near your planters, or a reading scarecrow with a book sitting on your garden bench. Each character tells a story and adds charm to your autumn displays. Position these friendly fall friends throughout your space, and suddenly your garden feels alive with personality. Kids especially love them, and they photograph beautifully for those autumn garden social media posts that get all the likes. Now, before we wrap up, I've got some insider tips that'll take your Five Below autumn garden game to the next level. First, timing is everything for fall shopping. Five Below gets new autumn seasonal inventory starting in late August, so check back regularly throughout September and October. I found the most amazing unique autumn items just by popping in once a week during autumn season. Second, don't just shop the obvious sections for fall decor. Some of my best autumn garden finds have come from their party section. Hello, gorgeous autumn colored buckets, tech section, string lights perfect for autumn ambiance, and even their kitchen section. Those copper toned serving trays, perfect autumn plant saucers. Finally, always grab multiples when you find something perfect for your fall display. Five Below seasonal inventory moves especially fast during autumn, and there's nothing worse than falling in love with an autumn project and not being able to recreate it because that perfect autumn item is gone. And finally, don't be afraid to mix Five Below finds with natural autumn elements. These projects work beautifully when combined with real autumn leaves, pine cones from your yard, or pumpkins from local farms. The goal is creating autumn beauty on a budget, not limiting yourself to just one store. There you have it, 10 genius Five Below DIY projects that prove small gardens can have big autumn style without big price tags. From enchanting LED autumn garden stakes, to designer concrete planters, to charming scarecrow characters, you now have everything you need to transform your space into a complete fall paradise. And here's what I want you to remember. The most beautiful autumn gardens aren't about having unlimited space or unlimited budgets. They're about creativity, personality, and the joy of making something beautiful with your own hands during this gorgeous season. These 10 projects aren't just about saving money, though saving hundreds of dollars on fall decor is pretty amazing. They're about creating a space that captures autumn's cozy magic, that makes you smile every time you step outside, that becomes your personal retreat to enjoy fall's beauty. If these autumn projects inspired you to see Five Below in a whole new way, I'd love for you to hit that like button and subscribe to Budget Garden Paradise. Share this with anyone who's ever said they wish they could afford to make their garden beautiful for fall, because now they absolutely can. And I want to see your autumn creations. Share photos of your 5 Below Fall garden transformations in the comments. Tag me on social media. Let's build a community of gardeners who prove every day that beautiful autumn gardens don't have to mean expensive. Next week, we're heading to another unexpected autumn garden goldmine, the 99-cent store, and I'm going to show you how to create a complete fall cottage garden look for under $50. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep growing, keep creating,